What is up, everybody? 7 p.m. and we're live, as promised. I don't have like a big thing that I got to go through today and talk about a bunch of different points, so I'm just going to stay tuned to the comment section, and I guess we're just going to do a big-ass question and answer session. It's a big-ass Q&A session. I'll answer as many questions as I can. I'm going to watch everybody's comments come in on my phone here, so I'll do my absolute best to keep up with everyone. Yeah. So if you got any good questions, start firing away. We're here. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Tim. Hello, everybody that's just joining now. Hope everybody is well. Whoa. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? What is it? Thursday night hang session on Facebook. What's good? What's good? So yeah, like I said, I don't have like a big thing to go through tonight. I don't have a big checklist. I'm not talking about new videos. I'm not talking about anything. I'm just here to answer questions and just like hang out with you guys. So if you got some good questions, start blowing up the comments. I'll answer as many as possible. So I already saw one come through. Mark Yarbo is asking if I'm going on tour. Absolutely, yes, I'm going on tour. Hey, can't tell you exactly when. Can't tell you the dates of the tour or anything like that yet, but I can definitely guarantee you that the tour is coming up, and it's much sooner than you think. I just got the final list of dates today. There's 50 shows. So I'm going to be going all over the dang place. I'll see everybody. And it's going to be broken up into two legs, leg one and leg two. So if I don't see you on the first leg, definitely see you on the second leg. So don't sweat it. Tour's coming up. Trevor Terry says, what was your first song? Jeez Louise, man. I have no idea what my first song was. Man, yeah, that was almost 10 years ago. I have no idea. Sorry, I don't have an answer to that question. Loretta Cox says, hi, I sent a message. Do you have a censored version of your album for the fam? I do not have a censored version of the album. All my censored songs are on YouTube. Everything on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play, Tidal, and my album are all explicit versions. So if you want to listen to the censored music, you just got to hit YouTube. Kelly Maruska says, what kind of conditioner do you use for your flowing locks? Just like the cheap, I think it's called Aussie, AUSSIE, comes in a purple bottle, just like some cheap conditioner, nothing crazy. A lot of people asking if I'm planning on coming to their cities on tour. I'm not going to answer any tour questions because, like I said, the tour is announcing like right away, and then everybody's questions on that will be answered. I'm not allowed to talk about the shows or anything yet anyways, so the contracts are all signed. Just waiting for like a couple little confirmations, and I'll make the big tour announcement. So like I said, there's 50 shows, so that's all I can say for now. Melissa Marie says, how was your New Year's with Nova? Do you have any resolutions for 2020? New Year's was great. Kept it super chill. We went out and ate dinner, and that's really it because I don't really drink like I used to, and Nova kind of follows suit, so not like big partiers, so we didn't go out and get wasted or anything like that. It was really chill. No big New Year's resolutions. I don't really do that. I just feel like the new year comes, and then everybody's just trying to decide like what they're going to do differently in the new year. And like my whole thing is let everybody else change. I'm not changing a goddamn thing. I'm going to stay exactly who I am. I'm going to still roll with no record label, no manager, none of that. Still going to do everything myself. Still put in 18-hour days. Still stay true to the music and stand on everything that we believe in. And my resolution is just to remain as consistent as I have been for the last year, and just not lose sight of what we believe in and what the goals are. And that's really it. Stay the same and not let this stupid social media and music industry change you. That's the whole thing. I don't want to change. I just want to stay exactly who the fuck I am. General Spark says, how did you and Nova meet? Nova's my girlfriend. She's also an artist. Me and Nova met back in Canada. Nova put me on my first rap show ever. I emailed her and said, hey, like, I want to be a rapper. I was a pro wrestler before. I just got done with the whole pro wrestling thing, which is another long story. And then I was like, I've been writing music the entire time that I was a pro wrestler. So I was like, yo, I'm going to give this music thing an honest shot. Like, what's the first thing I have to do? I thought it might be do a show. And Nova was throwing a show. So I hit up Nova with an email, asked her if I could be on the show. She told me I could. I met up with her and put up some posters for the show. That's the first time I met her. That's how the whole thing went down. That's the long and short of it anyways, the Reader's Digest. Logan Pham says, what inspired you to make music? I've been making music for a long time. It started out as I was writing poetry, and then I fell in love with rock and roll, so I was writing rock songs, and I just quickly realized I didn't have like a voice, like I wasn't a Robert Plant or a Joe Cocker or a Kurt Cobain or somebody like that. Didn't have the big singing voice, but I've been writing poetry forever, so I still wanted to make music. So the poetry turned into the rock songs, and then when I realized that my voice wasn't some incredible Steven Tyler voice, the rock songs turned into rap songs, and then I just kept rolling with the hip hop and the rap. So that's really it. But make no mistake about it, it's still fucking rock and roll to me, baby. So my dad, always told me when I was a kid, rock and roll was always less about the music and more about screaming the truth at the top of your fucking lungs. So that's what I'm doing. Hip hop's the forum right now. And for me, it's like, I love the music, but the music comes secondary. It's the message. It's the truth in the music that is paramount. So that's it. It's rock and roll to me, baby. I'm just out here screaming the truth at the top of my lungs. My truth. Here, I got to do this one time real quick. I just literally spent all day doing this. This is a giant box of packages. It's all your albums. That's from the last few days. So as you guys know, I personally autograph every single copy of my album. I personally pack them and I personally ship them myself. So that big ass box I just lifted up is a box of albums. They're going to hit the mail tomorrow. So if you want an autographed copy of either one of my albums, or maybe you want like a ski mask, which I have 3 different ski masks, boom, 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 or a t-shirt or something like that, sweatpants, tracksuits, whatever, www.hangovergang.com. I package everything myself. I ship everything myself. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it. I love you guys. I appreciate every single person out there who ever spent one hard-earned dollar on my merch. It means the world to me. Seriously. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. So if you want an autographed album, t-shirt, something like that, www.hangovergang.com. Enjoy it. I'm just jumping back in the comments to see who's got some questions. Dylan Styles asked if I'd ever link up with Upchurch. Absolutely, man. Upchurch is my dude. I talk to Upchurch all the time. We actually did a song together. It's called Travelers, and it's out now. So you can just go on YouTube. I think it's on Ryan's channel. Travelers, Tom MacDonald, Struggle Jennings, and Upchurch. Adam Hundley says, would you ever consider going on the show The Masked Singer in order to showcase your lesser known talents? Nah. I don't do shit like that. When I was like, nobody knew who I was and my music wasn't doing well and I was like really struggling, I was like super down at that point in time. That's back when I still wanted to get a record deal, you know what I mean? And back then, I would have been super down to do some, like, reality TV and, like, do some funny style shit like that. But, fuck, man. These days, it's just, like, I said no to all the record labels. I'm not doing any of the record label stuff. And it's just like the same with the reality TV and all that. I just feel like the morals of the record labels and the morals of the reality TV shows and stuff like that just don't align with my own. And I'm not going to just like put my character in question to do something for quote unquote fame. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'd have to say no on the Masked Singer thing. Although I do know what that is. And I tuned in and watched half an episode once, and it like, I mean, it was nothing to write home about. Let's just say that. Boom. Is that better? Was it too dark in here before? Is that a little better? Okay, what else we got going on here? Joe Lewis says, what type of rock and roll tunes do you like? For example, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, etc. Alice in Chains is far out. I love Alice in Chains. But I'm more of like a classic rock guy. I like Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. I listen to the Beatles, CCR, Steppenwolf, Black Sabbath. They're not classic rock, but a little bit of Nirvana here and there. That's sort of, that's sort of my thing. I don't listen to a lot of like the current rock stuff. I just feel like all genres, the whole like music industry as a whole right now is just plagued with this like country music's become pop music, and like electronic music and hip hop are running the shit, and rock music is really just pop music now. On the radio and mainstream anyways, you know what I mean? And I feel like it's all just this fucking machine to just like, music is the vehicle to just like sell people other shit, whether it's like clothes or liquor, or cars, or like whatever. So it's just like, I feel like the rock music that's out right now is like not even real rock music. It's just like pop songs with guitars in it. I feel like everything is a pop song except the rock has guitars. The hip-hop has, like, snare drums and 808s. But it's all the same formula. It's, like, all the same shit. You could take any rock song and just change the instrumentation and make it a hip-hop song. Any hip-hop song could just become a rock song or an EDM song or whatever. It's all just pop music. So, yeah. So I just don't listen to a lot of it. Jon Snow asked if I ever did skateboard. I absolutely skateboarded when I was a kid. I was never very good at it. But I think my parents got me my first skateboard. I got it for Christmas when I was probably like 12 years old. And then I skated till I was like 13 or 14, but I never really like got it or like picked it up that good. And I would fall a lot really. And I just never figured the tricks out and shit. It just didn't click with me. So I got out of it. And then when I was like 19, 20, 21, I started skating like really heavy again. I just hang out at the skate park with like a case of beer all day with my friends, and like that was great. I probably could have did without the skating, to be honest. I would have been super happy to just sit at the skate park with a box of beer. That would have been fine. But yeah, it was a good time. Alex Dean says, how often do you get recognized in public? Literally all the time. Pretty hard to hide when you look like this. You know what I mean? But it's cool, man. I just make a point of like, when my sister was in town, I took her and her boyfriend shopping, and we were shopping or whatever. And the kid that played Spider-Man in the last Spider-Man movies, we walked right past him. And then my sister's boyfriend was like, oh my God, like that was Spider-Man. And he's like big into superheroes and shit. And I was like, well, fuck, go ask him for like, a photo or whatever. Like, you don't have to trip on it. Like, when's the next time you're going to walk past Spider-Man? Go get your photo or whatever. You know, just like, kids love that shit. And he's younger than me. So he runs over or whatever. Says, hey, man, I'm a big fan. Love your movies, blah, 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 blah. Can I get a photo with you real quick? And the kid and Spider-Man dude was just like, nah, man, like, I'm on the phone right now. And then just like took his phone out of his pocket, put it to his head, and walked away. And then my sister's boyfriend came back, and I was like, you get your photo? And he's like, nah, he told me he was on the phone, and just like kind of walked away from me. And I was like, yo, that's the wackest shit ever, bro. The only reason you're even out here walking around shopping with that phone is because people like the guy that just asked for your photo support you. And you're just going to blow him off like that? So, I mean, I don't know. Ask anybody that's ever seen me out, man. I always make a point of being friendly. I always make a point of taking a photo, shaking a hand. hanging out and talking for 5 minutes, whatever it is. I literally came out of a department store the other day carrying like a big ass mirror in one hand and 2 big ass boxes under the other arm. And this guy ran up next to me and was like, "Hey, are you Tom MacDonald?" And I was like, "Yeah, I would fully shake your hand right now, but I'm carrying all this shit and I can't put it down or I'll never pick it back up. But if you want to walk with me, we can chat, but I got to keep moving because this shit's heavy." So like, if I can do that while carrying a mirror and 2 boxes, there's no reason why some other quote-unquote celebrity can't just, like, put his phone down for 2 seconds and take a photo. That shit's whack. Anyways. Garrett Seacrest says, how did it feel making I Hate Hip Hop versus something like Castles? Yeah, completely different songs, obviously. I Hate Hip Hop is like super chaotic and aggressive and in your face, and Castles is more like retrospective or heartfelt. Yeah, 2 completely different songs. I had a super duper blast making I Hate Hip Hop. It is always an incredibly enjoyable experience to be able to just like get angry and like voice your opinions and just, you know, be chaotic on a song. That's like one of my favorite things ever. I love doing that. But I also really love making songs like Castles. You know, it's just like I know they mean a lot to me, so I know that they're going to mean a lot to other people. So it's a completely different sort of process and experience. I get a lot of like gratification and fulfillment out of the fact that I know that this song really means something. It's not just a big, angry, triggering thing. It's like, it has a lot of like value to me, and I know it'll have value to people, and that makes me really excited about writing those songs. So 2 completely different songs, 2 completely different processes, 2 completely different reasons why I love making 2 completely different records. Jake Stanley says, where do you get your contacts for your videos? I have some costume ideas that require messed up eyes. I get all my contacts off of, I just get them online. Let me just see if I can dim that just a little bit. It's a little crazy. There we go. I get all my contacts online. They're actually like, it's illegal. They're called sclera, S-C-L-E-R-A, sclera lenses. You actually have to like slide them up above your eyelid because they're so big that you can't just like tap them onto your eye like regular contacts. You got to pull your eye up and shove them up into your eye, and then pull your bottom lid down and shove the bottom half in there. It's a fucking process. And they actually have done like some really permanent damage to people's eyes. So they're like illegal. You can't actually just go buy them at the store. You have to be like fitted by a doctor and blah, 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 blah. But there's like ways around it. You can buy them from China, or you can buy them from the UK. So you can do that. You just go online, find a website from the UK or China or something like that. They're like $70, ship them to your house. Bada bing, bada boom. Vera Jean Rio says, you're amazing. Do you have a routine in life, like bedtime, wake up time, etc.? I tend that I'm like a lot happier, and my mental health is a lot better when I do have a routine. Unfortunately, I don't always have the luxury of doing that. We've been trying to wake up, or we've been trying to go to bed early. We've been trying to wake up early. I've been running and working out a bit lately, like I'll go for like 2 days straight and then take a day off and then do 3 days and then take 2 days off and then work out and miss a day. I'm just taking it real light right now because I used to be really, really into exercise when I was a pro wrestler. And I tend to get like super obsessive about the working out thing to the point where like if I miss a day of working out, I just feel like shit about myself. So I'm just trying to avoid that whole headspace. I'm taking it really light. So waking up in the morning, doing my little workout or whatever, eating breakfast, and then getting down to work. But, you know, there's a lot. I'm working on, it's been a really quiet start, musically speaking, to 2020. But it's about to get like super duper loud, and it's going to stay loud for like a long time because I've been like secretly, quietly putting in an insane amount of work. So there's a lot of days where we're up till 3, 4 a.m. right now working, and I just don't have the opportunity to wake up at 8 like I usually would and work out and shit. So Yeah, I'm just kind of going with the flow. I really do like to have a routine. I don't always have the luxury of being able to operate within one. So a lot of people saying Happy New Year's. So I'll just say to anybody wishing me a Happy New Year's, Happy New Year's, guys. Hope it was a good one. Hope your 2020 started off right. Melissa says, what special gift did you get for Nova for Christmas? Well, I got Nova a lot of special gifts for Christmas. She deserved it. But my favorite gift was I took a picture. We were at lunch one time, and Nova was eating these tiny carrots. I took one of the carrots and stuck it in her nose. So she had like a carrot sticking out of her nose. And then, so I took that photo and I cut her face out. And then I took a really silly photo of me and I cut my face out. And then I took photos of all 4 of our dogs and I cut their faces out. And one of our dogs, the photo I used was, he was on drugs because he just came out of the vet. He had surgery, a broken foot or something. So it was like one of our dogs high on drugs, and then our other dogs looking really funny, and then Nova with the carrot up her nose, and my face. And I made a fake band t-shirt out of all of our faces. It was called Blood Machine and the Salt Oceans. So I made like a fake band t-shirt with both of our faces and all the dogs' faces and stuff. And then I got a Gucci box from a friend of mine, and then I folded the shirt up and put it in a Gucci box and tied it with like a really nice ribbon. So when I gave it to her, she thought she was getting like some super fancy like Gucci fucking something. And then she opened it up and it was like this little bullshit homemade band t-shirt with our faces and all of our fucking dogs on it. So that was probably the most special gift I gave her. Just because it was from the heart, you know? I put a lot of effort into that. You should have seen the way I wrapped her presents, too. I cut out, like, a bunch of my face, like, all these crazy photos from the internet. I cut my face out, and then I stuck my face on all her presents, and then I cut out, like, a little word bubble out of paper, and then I wrote, like, this one's for my babe who likes to eat. And I got her like a air fryer. This one's for my babe who wants to be in a band. And then I gave her the band t-shirt. I put a lot of work and thought into this Christmas. I've never done that before, ever. I did that. I'll take more questions in a second, but I quickly got to circle back because I have to sell merch so that I can make fake band tees and give them to Nova for Christmas. So if you don't own one of my albums, I would appreciate if you went and got one. Death Threats is my first one. Ghost Stories is my second one. There's 19 songs on Death Threats. There's 21 songs on Ghost Stories. Every single copy is autographed. I produced every single beat. I wrote every single song. I packaged them myself. I labeled them myself. I send them myself. And if you don't believe me, I got a big ass box of orders right here that I'm going to be dropping off at the post office tomorrow. It truly is from my hands to your guys' hands. No record label, no manager, no PR, no marketing, no team. It's literally just myself, Nova, and the dogs. And to be completely honest, the dogs don't do a goddamn thing. So it's really just me and Nova. If you want an autographed copy of either one of my albums, or you want a ski mask or a t-shirt or something like that, please, I appreciate it. It helps way more than you know. www.hangovergang.com. I love y'all. I'll put the link in the comments after this. So if you want to, I always put my links in the comments. So if you guys want to go to the website and get a shirt, or you want to hit me on Instagram or hit me on Twitter or sign up for the mailing list or whatever it may be, I'll put all my links in the comments after this. So when you see my comment, give it a like. It'll help push it up in the feed, and I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, I'm jumping back into the questions, just so you guys know. Jake Bassett says, did you see Ricky Gervais slaughter the Hollywood elites? What did you think about it? I'm assuming that you're talking about Ricky Gervais's monologue at the Golden Globes, I think it was. But yeah, absolutely, I saw it. My dad sent me the video of it the night after it happened. Fucking loved it. Love Ricky Gervais. I think he's hilarious. I think he's really smart. I think he's outspoken. I think in Hollywood, it takes a lot of balls to be outspoken, and it takes a lot of balls to say what you believe is the truth, and it takes a lot of balls to make, tough jokes and, put the room on blast like that. And I just felt like me and Ricky Gervais need to sit down. I feel like both of us are just out here offending the world and just loving it. And I think that me and Ricky would have a real good time together. But yeah, I saw it, loved it. I thought it was great. The funniest part was like every time he like made a joke about the weird shit that goes on in Hollywood, and then they like cut to the room to show the people's faces, like nobody was laughing. Everybody just looked fucking terrified that they were getting put on blast. Like they kept cutting to Tom Hanks for some reason, and Tom Hanks was sweating fucking buckets. And I love Tom Hanks, but like I low-key felt bad for him. I was like, holy shit, like Ricky Gervais would be like da-da-da-da-da, rich people. Then they cut to Tom Hanks, and he's like, fuck. And then Ricky Gervais is like, da-da-da-da-da, like, sex rings in Hollywood. And then they cut to Tom Hanks, and he's like, fuck. And I was just like, yo, like, why are they doing this to my dude Tom Hanks right now? But, I mean, whatever. It was really funny. It was what it was. Robert De Niro looked like he was having a good time. He looked like he was shit-faced, and he was just having a good time. But everybody else was just fucking miserable. Shay Ovdank says, are you currently working on a new album? I'm always working on a new album. It never stops. Unfortunately, that is my primary job, is to make music. I shouldn't say unfortunately. Fortunately, it's a pretty good gig, you know? I did a lot of shitty jobs. Here's some stuff you guys probably don't know. I worked at Two Guys with Pipes in Canada, which was like a weed store that sold like pipes and bongs and rolling papers and stuff. I worked at Two Guys with Pipes. I worked at Hustler. You guys know Hustler? Like the porno mag? They have like a retail store. So I used to sell fucking Hustler t-shirts in West Edmonton Mall. It was fucking lame. So I worked at Two Guys with Pipes. I worked at Hustler. I was a heavy duty mechanic working on big ass trucks for probably like a year. And what else did I do? I worked at like a couple call centers. I worked at a couple warehouses, packing boxes and shit. And I was a carpenter for most of my young life. I was swinging hammers, building houses, some commercial stuff. I went up north on the rigs in Canada and did a bunch of industrial work up there as a carpenter, but on the rigs. So yeah, those were shitty jobs. My job now is real good. Not gonna lie. So yes, I'm working on a new album. I'm always working on a new album. Low key, don't tell anybody about this, but I'm gonna release way more than one album this year. That's all I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say. Alright? For the last 2 years, I've released one album a year. This year, I'm gonna do it big. That's what I said. We've been sliding into 2020 right now. Been just taking it easy. It's been kind of quiet. It's gonna get fucking loud, and it's not gonna stop being fucking loud for a long ass time. So just stay tuned on that. Trust me. All right, what else we got going on here? Oh shit, where is it? There you go. Danny Reinhardt says, which one of your songs do you think it took the longest to write? Which one of my songs took the longest to write? That was probably like early on in everything starting to work and everything blowing up and people paying attention to my music. I was really careful about what I was saying and how I was saying it, because I didn't want to be like too offensive or too outspoken or hurt too many feelings or trigger too many people or whatever. So I really took my time like crafting songs back then. And then I realized I just really don't give a fuck how people feel about anything or how upset they are or how offended they are or anything. I just don't give a shit. So the early songs took me a long time to write because I felt like I was walking on thin ice. Now I don't care. If I'm walking on thin ice and I fall through into the fucking water, I'm just going to smash all the ice and just swim and just fucking smash ice until I either get to the shore, then I'm going to climb up on the shore with two frozen ass middle fingers, and I'm going to run right back out into the middle of that motherfucking lake because I just don't give a shit anymore. I'm just going to do what the fuck I want to do. And the people that love it, thank you. Love it. Enjoy it. I love it too. I enjoy it. So, you know, that's a lot of artists like to say when they get asked about their albums and they get asked about their videos, asked about their catalogs. Artists love to say like, oh yeah, like my album's got something for everybody. It's got like the love song and it's got the party song and it's got this song and it's got that song. I don't have something for everybody and I don't give a shit. I got what the fuck I like and I got what my fucking supporters like and that's it. I'm not in the business of being universally palatable by the rest of the fucking world. I don't give a shit. I make the music that I want to make and that's it. So that's the long answer to your question, I guess. The old songs took me a long time to write because I didn't want to hurt feelings. These days, it's just like, yo, fuck your feelings. Here's some facts. Move on with your life. So it's quick these days. Somebody asked, when am I going to do features? Look, I get asked about features all the time. Go scour the internet. You will not find me making music with anybody. It's not that I don't want to make music with other people. It's just that, like, I do everything myself. So it's like, by the time I have an idea and I sit down and I make the beat, by the time I'm done making the beat, I've been writing the verses on my phone. So by the time the beat's done, my verses are done. And it's just, there's not any time. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to record it right now and I'm going to put it in the bank. So it's like, there's never any free space. I filled all the spaces while I was making the beat. So then I'm fucked afterwards. I'm like, oh, you know who'd be perfect on this song? This guy or that guy. But I already wrote these 3 amazing verses and I'm not cutting them to have anybody else feature. So that's really it. And the music thing is like a really personal thing for me. And like, I feel like a lot of other artists, their character and my character don't exactly like run parallel. We don't believe the same things. We don't value the same shit. We don't champion the same people. And it's just like, yo, like, you know, like a lot, you'll hear artists talk about it all the time. Like when they talk about releasing a certain song or posting a certain photo or whatever it is, they say, oh, it's got to be on brand. You know what I mean? And like, that's just like a fancy way of, for me, it's like, I don't have to be like, oh, my shit's going to be on brand because I don't have a brand. I just have myself, my character, who the fuck I am. And if the music isn't, you know, directly a reflection of who the fuck I am, I'm not going to make it. So I don't know how I bring another person into that equation. Not saying that it'll never happen. I'm sure it'll happen eventually, but just right now, I'm just going to keep rolling solo, man. But I appreciate everybody out there making dope music, asking me to make music with them. I appreciate it. It's not that I don't like you. It's nothing personal. It's just, I just want to do my thing, and that's just really it. Brandy Wilkie says, your music's the best. What made you start doing these songs in the first place? I think a lot of people like already know I didn't always make music like the music I'm making now. For a long time, I made music about the same shit that everybody else was making music about. Drugs and drinking and girls and partying and clothes and just like all the typical bullshit. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to be the cool guy. I wanted to be the cool rapper guy who rapped about the cool stuff and everybody thought he was cool. And I did that for a long time. And whatever, that's fine. A lot of people do that. If that's what you want to do, go ahead. But like 3 years ago, I had like a crazy fucking mental breakdown. It almost killed me. I almost killed myself. I couldn't fucking eat. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't fucking do anything. I would wake up every day and I would fry 1 egg and it would take me an hour to eat 1 egg and I'd be gagging the whole time I was eating it. You know what I mean? I couldn't sleep. I laid in bed and just stared at the ceiling. I'd have my TV on and a podcast playing on my phone next to my head. And shit went on like this for 9 months. You know what I mean? Total fucking mental breakdown. Acute anxiety. Terrible fucking depression. Awful shit. I thought I was done for. I thought I was fucking dead. I was just like trying to figure out like how I could fucking kill myself and get away from all this shit. Like it was that bad. And then, you know, I didn't take those roads. I fucking hung in there, man. I fucking stayed strong. I just fought through it and fought through it and fought through it and fought through it. And then I got tired of fighting. And then I just laid there and let life beat the shit out of me for a while until life got tired of beating the shit out of me, I guess. And it just fucked off. And then I got back up to my feet and I started to feel like myself again. And I started making music again. And in the 9 months that I was going through that breakdown, you figure out what's important to you. You figure out who's important to you. You figure out what's important to you. You figure out what you want to talk about. You figure out how you want to talk about it. You figure out who you want to talk about it to. You learn a lot about yourself in your darkest hour. And I learned a lot about myself. I knew that I wanted to talk about mental health. I wanted to tell people to be strong. I wanted to tell people to hang in there. I wanted to tell people if I can literally survive the shit that I survived, you can fucking survive it. So that was important. I want to talk about politics. I want to talk about the economy. I want to talk about important social issues because these things became important to me when I realized that when I was in my bed almost dying every day, I realized that the parties and the liquor and the girls and the clothes and all that shit doesn't mean anything. It really does not mean anything. It feels cool when you feel good. Wait till you feel like shit. Wait till you feel like fucking dying. Then see how much a fucking Louis Vuitton bag or a fancy car or $1 million means to you. It don't mean fuck all. If you can't enjoy the fruits of your labor, they mean fucking zero. So those things became apparent to me and became important to me. And I started making music to reflect those things. I no longer wanted to be the cool guy. I wanted to be the guy who made music to help other people. I wanted to be the guy that made music to help himself, who put it out into the world and it helped other people. And then those people tell me that it saved their lives and that makes me feel good. And then I talk to them and it makes them feel good. I just want to make music to help people. And that's literally it. That's how I started making the songs that I'm making now. Quinn Colleen says, do you wrestle? Are you going to do another match? I did wrestle for a long time. I wrestled on pay-per-views and stuff when I was a kid. I wrestled with lots of guys from the WWE. I wrestled with Billy Kidman. I was on shows with Scott Steiner. I got wasted, drunk, and rode a roller coaster with Buff Bagwell. He was WCW champion. I met Eddie Guerrero. I met Chris Benoit. I was on shows with Scotty 2 Hotty and Rikishi and tons of guys, man. I did the pro wrestling thing for real. It wasn't just some backyard wrestler pretending to punch his homie in the face in front of 3 neighbors to post on YouTube. Like, I really did it. I don't wrestle anymore. Got away from that. A lot of politics and accumulated injuries and stuff like that. I just had to, say bye. Started doing the music thing. A lot of wrestling promotions have been hitting me up lately, asking if I could do a match and if I'm interested in doing a match again and stuff like that. Wrestling's in my fucking blood, dude. I love wrestling. Always gonna love wrestling. I am 1,000,000% gonna have another match one day. It's not gonna be for some little J-Brone promotion and fucking the Maritimes in Canada or some little indie outfit in fucking Iowa that in a school gymnasium in front of 30 people. I'm waiting for that call from Vince, and I'm pretty confident that call from Vince is going to come. When Vince McMahon calls me and says, get in shape, kid, I got a match for you, I'll have my last match. Hopefully we can get famous enough and instead of WrestleMania, get my little WrestleMania moment out of it. That'd be lit. I'm just going through your questions again, looking for some stuff that I haven't answered 1,000 times. Stacy Chant says, is that Nova's voice in the background of a lot of your songs? I got 2 sets of CDs and they're all great. Yeah, when you hear a girl singing on one of my songs, it's Nova. I don't have a fucking awful voice, but, I definitely don't have the voice of no fucking angel. So, if I need that little extra melody and little extra strength behind the chorus and stuff, yeah, it's always Nova. She's great. Every song featuring Nova, low-key in the background. But I don't give her credit for it. Oh, shit. Okay. Sarah Westfield this asked, where can we get or see See You Tomorrow or Dream People in the Whiskey Wars? See You Tomorrow and Dream People in the Whiskey Wars are two of my old albums. I was trying to think the other day of like, because people have been asking me about my old shit a lot lately. I don't know why. Guess I got bored of the new shit. I don't know. I'm sorry. I got lots coming. You can't find those anywhere. If you scour the fucking internet, you will find them in digital forms, like on iTunes and Apple and Spotify and all that shit. You can find them there, but like, they're not actually like purchasable. Like, you'll never have that album in your house, because when my music started actually getting half decent, I fucking went around to like all of the places I had hidden them, in my buddy's storage and in my storage, in my other buddy's basement. And then I was also like super fucking really, really poor at that point in time. So I had like boxes. I ordered 1,000 copies of these albums, right? And nobody ever bought them because I was fucking awful and nobody knew who I was. So I stacked the boxes up and then put blankets over them and used them as tables and nightstands and shit, because I literally didn't have $30 to go get a fucking nightstand from IKEA. So I used boxes in my old albums for that. So when things started working, like I said, I went to like my storage and my homie's storage and my other homie's basement, my other homie's attic, and I pulled all the blankets off of my boxes of albums. I put everything in one giant pit. I lit them all on fucking fire. Then I put the ashes in a bunch of garbage bags and sunk them to the bottom of a fucking lake somewhere in Canada, because nobody can ever listen to that shit ever again. But if you want to listen to my new shit, every copy is autographed. www.hangovergang.com. 5.5 hours of music. Every single copy autographed. Labeled by me, packaged by me, shipped by me, produced by me, written by me, put back in this box by me, shown off on the internet by me. Oh, so there you go, hangovergang.com. I'm the fucking merch man from hell, hey? I get that all the time. Just like, I can work merch into any conversation. I'm really good at it. I think it comes from wrestling, because when I was a pro wrestler and I had to like talk on the mic, and sometimes you're like super focused and you're just like, oh yeah, like tonight I'm challenging for this, and this is the reasons why I'm going to win, and this is the reasons why you're going to lose. And then some asshole in like the third row is like, you're a fucking retard. And then it like really throws you off your game, and you have to like be on the fly, be like, yo, sit down and shut up. I didn't understand a word you said because I don't speak stupid. And you gotta like be able to talk on the fly when you're in wrestling. So now I've taken that skill set and I've just shifted it over to music. And it's like, if you're gonna ask me about my old albums, I'm gonna show you the new ones. I'm gonna sell you one. I'm a merch man from hell. I'm good at it. Like a fucking sleazy car salesman for really dope music. Amber King says, are your shows all ages? Our 14-year-old loves you. Amber, tell your 14-year-old I said hello, and I love him or her too. And some of the shows are most definitely all ages. So I hope you guys can all come out. I've done a lot of shows where there's, little kids, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5, 6 years old. They just really love like Everybody Hates Me and Buttholes and all the pop songs like that. So yeah, they come out to the shows and they're a really safe environment and everybody has a really good time and it's a blast. So, if we're doing an all ages show in your city, bring everybody out. If it ends up not being an all ages show and it's like a special situation like this where you're like, my kid is just totally in love with you and the show isn't all ages and they would just love to come see you. A lot of times I can like step in if you message me and I can get in touch with the promoter and get people in. I've done it in the past. It's usually like you got to come in, see the show, you get to meet Tom real quick, and then we got to get you out of here because you're not legal or whatever. So that's what we do. I get to give you a hug, you get to see the show, and then you got to be on your way. But one way or another, we'll figure it out. Rosie Taylor, it's the first time I've ever been asked this. Good question. Do you ever get your own song stuck in your head? Yeah, literally all the time. It's fucking awful. I'm sure it's not so bad for you guys to get my song stuck in your head, but you just have to imagine that after I've made the beat, I've heard the beat 500 times. After I record the song, I've probably heard it another 500 times. And after I check the mix, and I have to double check the mastering, and I have to double check the censoring, and I have to double check all that stuff when it comes back from my guy Evan Morgan, who mixes and masters my stuff. I've heard the song fucking 1,500 times, you know what I mean? I cannot fucking listen to that song again. I'm gonna blow my brains out. So, yeah, sometimes it just happens, like, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I'm just looking at your guys' comments here, looking for more questions. Sorry. This is a lot of stuff that I've already answered, so I'm just trying to, like, roll through. Guaslavian, crazy name, says, I would like to see you do Joe Rogan Experience. Would you? I would love to do Rogan. I'm a big Rogan fan. Love that podcast. So, yeah, definitely want to do Joe Rogan. If you're watching this right now and you are Joe Rogan, or you're somebody that knows Joe Rogan, let Joe Rogan know that I want to do his show. And if you are Joe Rogan, I want to do your show. Or go on Twitter and just tweet the shit out of him. Everybody tweet Joe Rogan that I got to do his show, and everybody tweet Steve Austin that I got to do his podcast. If I can do the Joe Rogan podcast this year, and I can do the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast this year, that would just fucking make my life. So if anybody out there, if you're Stone Cold Steve Austin or you're Joe Rogan, I want to do your podcast. Jordan Crow says, you have a lot of tattoos, but is there one or any that you have that you regret? If not, which is your favorite? No regrets. No regrets on the tattoos. I love all the tattoos. My favorite one, showed it off a few times, is this skeleton right here. On one side it says, if you don't know where this fire started, and on the other side it says, you will surely burn in it. It's like one of the most meaningful quotes that I've ever came out of my head. And I just love the image. That's the best one for me. Going through your comments. Johnny Brown. Johnny Brown says, can you describe your faith? Laugh out loud. I really want to hear you talk about this, and I love you, man, and your music. Thanks, Johnny. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not super big on the organized religion thing, you know? I think that religion's a great thing. I think that believing in a higher power is a great thing. I think when it gets put into people's hands and it becomes organized and it, you know, that's when things start to get a little bit distorted. So I don't do any of that. I don't know. I think that there is something that we have no idea about going on. I think there's something inexplainable going on here, and something, you know, something is going on. I don't know if it's a carpenter named Jesus or a fat dude named Buddha or an 8-armed elephant, or I don't know what the fuck it is, but I think there's something. And I'm like a spiritual guy. I'm just not like, I don't like put labels on it. I don't like putting it in a box. You know, my thoughts and feelings about that shit change all the time as I change as a person. And that's really it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, I'm going through the comments here, just looking for another one here. Preach says, would you ever consider on going First We Feast Hot Ones? I think that's that YouTube show where you eat the spicy chicken wings with that dude. The show's awesome. I'd definitely do that. That doesn't fall into the reality TV category that we were speaking about earlier. I definitely do that. Clementina says, did you know the music industry has invested in the prison business? You know what? I've heard about that before. Yeah, it's tough to say. It does make, like, I don't know. It does make a lot of sense. It could. I don't write anything off. You know what I mean? I don't write anything off. Whether it's aliens or fucking, what's the other crazy shit? Reptilian fucking shape-shifting presidents, flat Earth, like whatever, like just wild shit. Like, you know, it's wild shit. But I just don't personally fucking know. I don't know. I never met some shape-shifting reptilian fucking politician. I never been to fucking space and saw if the Earth was flat either. So I don't fucking know. I'd say it's highly unlikely, but personally, I don't fucking know. So I'm open to everything. Plus, like, pardon me, a lot of people say that, like, if you'll even consider for 1 second that there's reptilian shape-shifting presidents or flat Earth or, you know, we never went to the moon. If you'll even consider those things, you're crazy. And it's just like, yo, like, just entertaining that shit makes life so much more colorful. Like, why just, like, walk around and just take everything that you read in a textbook as gospel and be like, well, that's the facts of the matter, so I'm going to do up my tie extra tight today, I'm going to tie up my shoes, and I'm going to go to work. Like, just why not entertain that shit and just have a little bit of fun? Life's fucking crazy, you know? Who gives a shit? But yeah, the music industry and the prison fucking thing, what you're talking about is, like, that thing that came out that said that, like, because all the prisons are privately owned, and then, like, the prisons weren't filling up, and the prisons were, like, going into debt, and they had made a deal with the government that said that, like, the government has to keep the prisons at, like, 85% capacity, or the government gets taxed by the privately owned prisons, and then the prisons couldn't keep it at 85% capacity, so they started taxing the government, and then the government made this play that was, like, hooked up the music industry with the privately owned prisons, and then the privately owned prisons sold the music industry shares in the prisons and said, like, you have this many shares if you can help us fill the prisons. And then the music industry, like, shifted hip-hop from, like, fight the power, fight the man, to, like, guns and drugs and crime-centric music, because they knew that music would influence the youth to do shitty things, and in turn the shitty things that they do would get them arrested, and then they'd fill up the prisons, which would make the prisons happy, which would make the labels money, which would prevent the government from getting taxed. That's convoluted, but that's the theory that you're talking about. Seems pretty fucking far-fetched to me, but, I mean, sometimes I put 2 socks in the dryer and only one fucking comes out. How the fuck did that happen? You know what I mean? Where'd the fucking sock go? Anything's possible, I guess. If you put 2 socks in the dryer, you get 2 fucking socks out, right? Doesn't always work like that. So I don't know, maybe. Patrick Candler says, how old were you when you started getting tattied up? I think I got my first tattoo when I was 16. It's on this forearm. I kept it a secret from my entire family for like 6 months. And then my parents used to come to all of the shows that I wrestled on when I was a pro wrestler. So it was like kind of like unavoidable. At some point in time, they were going to see me with no shirt on and find out I got some tattoos. So yeah, they came to the wrestling show, saw that I had a tattoo. My dad walked up to me and grabbed me by the wrist and looked at it after my match, and he said, it's actually kind of cool. So after I got that green light, not to blame it on my dad, and if my dad's sitting there watching this right now, I know he's thinking like, fuck, I should have never told him it was cool when he was 16 and he wouldn't look like such a maniac today. But my dad unintentionally green lit the tattoo thing, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to town. I got my eyelids done when I was like, I don't know, 17 or 18. And my mom cried and my dad was pissed off. But it's like, I don't know. If you fucking crash your car into a wall, like, it doesn't really mean anything if you walk around and slash all the tires after, you know what I mean? So I just went big and got my face done, and then I was like, well, I've pretty much done as much damage as I can do. Nobody can get mad now. I've already done the worst shit possible, so I'll just do the rest of my body. That was my angle. A lot of people are asking what I'm planning for the next song, what I'm planning for the next video. I can't tell you guys. What I can tell you is the next music that comes out from me, which is coming out very, very soon, is something completely different, unlike anything that I've ever done before, and it's fucking crazy dope. That's all I can say. And people always are like, you always say it's different than anything you've ever done before. Bro, have I fucking lied? Have I lied? When I said I hadn't done anything like it before and I dropped buttholes, did I lie? No. When I said I'd never done anything like it before, it was my most controversial video ever, and I dropped White Boy or If I Was Black, did I lie? No. So you're just going to have to take that and just accept it as facts. And the new music and the new video is going to come out soon. I'm not going to tell you when. But you'll see when it comes out that I wasn't lying. I'm reading your comments again. It looks like a lot of people commenting but not asking questions, which is totally fine. All the people out there that are saying the wonderful things, that they love my music and they were at a show and they loved it, or they love the videos or whatever. Just quickly to everybody out there saying that, thank you. I love you so much, man. It literally does mean the world. I just went through like 2 weeks of a little bit of a depression. It was super duper tough. At times it was tough, you know. At other times it wasn't so bad. But the nice things and the positive comments and stuff, they really do have a positive effect on me, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much. I promise in 2012 I'll continue to do my best to make you guys proud, and I love ya. Thank you. I'm going through the comments again. Amanda Dye says, are you going to make some more music with the same vibe as Famous? Absolutely. Definitely do some more songs like that. I didn't think people were going to like Famous. I didn't expect Famous to do well at all. I thought people were going to hate it. I wasn't even going to put it out. I had Famous done a long time before Famous came out. And I just thought, it's too vulnerable. I'm saying too much. It's too honest of a expression of my feelings. It's scary, you know what I mean? It's easy to put out a song like I Hate Hip Hop. It's all middle fingers and dick measuring contests, really, at the end of the day. And that shit, fuck, man, I do that shit in my sleep forever. It's easy. But, like, putting out songs like Famous that, like, really, come from your fucking soul and expose yourself to the world, that's a difficult fucking music to release. It was really, really difficult. But the reception was wonderful. It seemed like people really loved it. So, yeah, hell yeah, I'm going to release more music like Famous. A lot of duplicate questions, so I got to scroll a lot here. A lot of people always ask about the pro wrestling stuff. They have a lot of wrestling related questions and shit. And I just feel like not a shit ton of people watch wrestling anymore or are like interested in wrestling anymore. I feel like after Steve Austin and The Rock and Triple H and all these guys kind of fucked off and left, it's like, not a lot of people really watch it. So I could sit here and literally talk for 5 hours just about pro wrestling, Not going to do it just because I don't want to bore the shit out of most of the people out there. So I'll just try and... I know I see a lot of people asking wrestling questions. I'm not ignoring you. I just like... Us having that conversation would be extremely enjoyable for me because I love talking about it, but it would be completely irrelevant to everybody else. So I'm just trying to not bore everyone to death. Sorry, it probably looked like I was frozen there because this went into like a zone. I'm just reading comments, looking for comments. Oh, you guys ready for this one? You guys ready for this one? The merch man from hell's back. Gabe Wilcox just said, how much and where do I get the albums? Dun, 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 dun. My albums can be purchased at www.hangovergang.com. They are physical copies. Every single copy is autographed. They're $15 a piece, or you can get them both together for $25. I'll sign them for you. I'll put them in an envelope. I'll put a sticker on it. I'll take it to the post office, and I will stick it in an envelope just like this. I had to start using the pink ones because I ran out of the white ones. These are Novas, but I stole them because I needed them. So I put them in a thing like this, put a label on them, stick them in a big-ass box like this, carry them out to the post office and send them. So if you want a signed album, or you want both signed albums, or you want a ski mask, or you want a t-shirt, or you want a sweatshirt, or a hoodie, or a mug, or a blanket, or kids' clothes, or tons of different stuff, www.hangovergang.com. Enjoy it. I'll put the links in the comments after, like I said. Okay, I'm back in the... That's it. That's it for the merch. I'm back in the comments. Looking for a question. A lot of people asking about the tours and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm going to be announcing the tour like super soon. It's literally going to happen like right away. I'm not allowed to talk about it, so I'm not talking about it. But it's coming right away. 50 dates. I'll see everybody out there. I absolutely cannot wait. General Sparks says, what helps you sleep at night? Any drinks such as teas, etc.? Dude, I'm like steady drinking tea. Got the CBD oil in here. Drink chamomile tea throughout the day. And then at nighttime, I have like this sleepy time tea, which is fucking lit. Drink a couple glasses of the sleepy time tea. Oh, like a light. You can just buy it in the regular like grocery store or whatever. It's literally called sleepy time tea. That's not like some cutesy like kid word that I'm using. It's called sleepy time tea. It's for adults. It's lit. So that's what I use to get to sleep. Also, since I've been exercising and shit in the morning, I'm like pretty fucking gassed by the time the end of the day comes around. So I've been getting to sleep pretty easy. What else we got here? Sonia Phillips says, how well do you think you would handle a zombie apocalypse? Fuck, if only, man. Zombie apocalypse would be lit. I think I do great. I think I do really fucking good. Yeah, I'd have to cut my hair. Everything's a hazard in the zombie apocalypse. I couldn't have long hair. I'm constantly like accidentally inhaling my hair, and my hair like is so long that it goes all the way down my throat, like into my fucking bronchioles, like into my lungs, and then I have to like grab it and yank it out of my mouth. So I definitely have to cut my hair because running from zombies with long hair is just stupid. But I mean, I got all you guys. If there's a zombie apocalypse, does Facebook still work? Because I'd probably just like jump on my Facebook and be like, yo, guys, it's 7 p.m. and we're live, and if you want one of my signed albums, go to www.hangovergang.com and grab one. I sign it myself and ship it myself. But if you already have an album, there's a zombie apocalypse going on, and we should all meet at the 7-Eleven on 8th and Johnson, and we'll fight them together. So I think if I could rally all you guys, I think we'd do great. I think we'd kick some zombie ass. I just watched Zombieland 2 nights ago. Fucking great movie. What's his name? Woody Harrelson? Yeah, Woody Harrelson's in it. He's amazing. Yeah, I think I whoop some undead ass. It'd be great. Kodiak says, "Is your house haunted? I see weird orbs." Probably, bro. I did a seance when I was like 14 years old in a graveyard on Halloween at 3 a.m. And I swear to God, ever since I did that, something weird's been following me around. But it's not like mean. It just like is around sometimes. What else we got going on in here? The zombie apocalypse was a really good question. Nobody's ever asked me that. Thank you for that one. I mean, it gets pretty tiring. Like, I know everybody has their questions and different people are interested in different stuff. But, like, what's your favorite tattoo? Are you doing a show in Nebraska? Like, it gets to be a little much. So when you throw in the, like, zombie question, that really helps spice it up for me. I appreciate that. Thank you. Daniel Lacey says, "Do you use an app to write the verses in your songs?" What? Yeah, dude. Yeah, I got the fucking Make Me a Tight Rapper app. And, you know, I just give it access to my microphone. And then I just say, write me fire bars about being politically incorrect. And write me fire bars about everybody hating me. And write me fire bars about buttholes. And it just writes the verses, and then I just take the Make Me a Sick Rapper app into the studio with the verses that I wrote for me, track the records. Then I have another app that's called Shoot Me a Dope Video, and I just tell my phone what the video's about, the song concept, and then the phone actually grows arms and legs, goes to a store, buys a camera, comes back to the location, shoots the entire video for me. And then I have another app called Please Release This Video and Get 1 million views on it. And it drains my bank account of all my money and pays YouTube and Facebook to advertise my shit to people who don't care about it. And that's pretty much it, man. I wish there was an app for sending out signed albums to all of my friends and family and fans. Every album that I send out is autographed. I wish there was an app that would send this to your house, because I do it all personally right now. And if you want one, you go to www.hangovergang.com. Told you, I can literally fucking do it anytime. Anytime. It's strictly out of respect when somebody tells me that their mother passed away or their dog's sick or they just lost their job. It's strictly out of respect that I don't turn that conversation into a buy my merch conversation, okay? This is too much. This is the best live stream I've ever done. You know, sometimes I'm just on, and sometimes I'm not. I'm fucking on right now. Okay, I'm just going through here. Daniel Canada Day, tight last name, says, I like the windmill on the ceiling. Yeah, it actually powers my entire neighborhood with electricity. So, and you know what? You just reminded me, the lights are off next door, so let's give them a little bit of fucking go juice, you know? Yo, somebody in here has asked me what my drug of choice is like 50 fucking times. I don't do drugs, okay? I don't do drugs. I know I look like a fucking crackhead, but I don't do drugs. And like, let's be honest, man. You see any crackheads looking like this? I know I got crazy tattoos and wild hair, but like, let's not lie to ourselves. I'm a pretty fucking handsome dude. Okay, what else we got going on here? Enough about me. Enough about me and my handsomeness. Oh, there's people fighting in the comments. I just saw somebody replying to somebody else that said, "Why don't you go to school and learn how to spell, you loser?" That's so lit. What is this? It's grade 6. This is the internet. Okay, Jonathan Prozac says, "Are you ever going to do a song about veterans, suicide?" I know I have a really big military fan base. I love my fucking military people. Support them always, forever, no matter what. I don't care what's going on or how against the war people are or how for the war the people are. I don't care. I support the fucking military through and through, 1,000,000%. I did a song about the military before, about PTSD and stuff like that. It's called Wheels Keep Turning. The video's on YouTube. I play a soldier with PTSD. It's a little bit amplified, it's a little bit it's more movie than it is like fact, the video anyways. But yeah, I've been wanting to do another song for the military, and the veteran suicide thing is major. I think it's like something crazy, like 20 veterans a day or something. Super fucked up. But yeah, I've been wanting to do another song about military. I actually have a list in my phone of songs that I want to write, and military is one of them. That'll definitely be part of that song. So there you go. Oh my God. Because I'm talking and you guys are commenting, but when I scroll through your comments, I'm like a little bit behind where you guys are. So it takes me a minute to get to your comment. And I just got to the part where a lot of people are talking shit about wrestling, really, is what's going on. They're saying wrestling's fake. Wrestling's fake. I fucking hate it when people say that. Bruh, I know that wrestling's fake, bro. I know that wrestling's fake, bro. Everybody knows that wrestling's fake. You know what else is fucking fake? Movies, books, TV shows, lots of other sports. You don't go sit in a James Bond movie or a fucking Star Wars movie and be like, this is fucking bullshit. This is bullshit. Darth Vader ain't real. James Bond don't got a car that can drive underwater. No shit. It's entertainment, bro. This is a different form of entertainment. Chill out with the wrestling's fake shit. It's the lamest argument ever. Fuck. Dun, dun, dun. Going through your comments again. Give me one sec. I just saw somebody say, "Are you and Eminem friends?" No, unfortunately, Eminem and I are not friends. I wish Eminem and I were friends. Then I wouldn't have to sit on my live streams and beg people to buy my albums because I'd be friends with Eminem and I'd probably be famous. But if you want an album, www.hangovergang.com. I just saw that my dad said hi. Hi, Dad. Hi, Mom. Hi, Jenna, if you're watching. I'm sure Nova's watching from down the hall. Hi, Nova. Hello, family. Okay, that's pretty much it. I've been on here acting the fool for probably like an hour or something. And like I said, this wasn't like one of the big live streams where I have a music video to talk about or an album to talk about or some big thing. I just wanted to come on and hang out with you guys. I hope I put a smile on your face. I hope I helped you make your Thursday night a little more enjoyable. I had a blast, so you guys helped me, and I really appreciate that. Like I said, if you want a copy of my album, or you want a t-shirt or a ski mask or something like that, www.hangovergang.com. Autograph myself, ship them myself, all that. I know how hard it is to part with a hard-earned dollar, and I know that a lot of you guys do it constantly for me, and it honestly means the world. It's allowed me to continue with more music videos and better music videos and more songs and all that type of stuff. So I really do owe you guys everything for that. Thank you. Yeah, we talked about the anxiety and the depression a little bit. I just want to say to anybody out there that's maybe not having a good time right now or is going through a little dark patch or a rough patch or whatever it is, I hope you feel better soon. Trust me, if somebody that was going through the things that I went through can make it out of that unscathed, and you know, you don't always come out of those things the same person. You come out different all the time, every time. And I was really angry at that for a long time. But what I realized looking back now is I changed for the better. So just hang on and survive those things. When you come out the other end, yes, you will feel different. But trust me, you got to look at it through the right lens. You can be bigger, you can be badder, you can be better, you can be stronger, you can be smarter. So don't hate yourself or be ashamed or feel bad about yourself if those things change you. It's part of the process. You can always change back if you want to. It's possible. So I've said it before, I'll say it again. Even the bumpiest roads eventually run smooth. Even the darkest clouds eventually break and the sun will shine once again. You just got to hang in there and wait for that to happen. If you're going through a tough time, that's literally like your only job is to be strong and survive. Don't even have to be strong. You can be weak. Just fucking survive. That's your only job. So if you're going through a tough time, you hang in there and you be strong. I love you guys. I will forever be in the trenches next to you. I will forever be in your fucking corner swinging away at a zombie apocalypse or a mental health problem or whatever the case may be. I'm on your guys' side and I'm pulling for you. This was a lot of fun. I had a blast. I'll try and do another one again next week. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. One last time. Go grab an autographed album. Hangovergang.com. I'll put the link in the comments. I love you guys, man. Thanks for hanging out. Pretty crazy feeling to be able to sit on the other side of a phone and, you know, hang out with 1,000 people on the internet for a couple hours. Like, you know, I wish we could all sit in a room together and do this in person, but I got a bunch of shows coming up, so come to a show. I show up early. I meet everybody outside. I stay late. I shake every hand. I sign every autograph. I sign every t-shirt. I hear every story. I give out all the hugs. I do the damn thing. So if you thought this was good, come to a show. I promise they're even better. That's really it. I'm going to go drink some sleepy time tea, have a nice slice of banana bread. Oh, this is Le Champion signing off. Hangover Gang, I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. You truly are the reason that I wake up every morning. I'll forever be indebted to you guys for that. I hope I can save you from the same type of darkness at some point in time. I love you so much. Enjoy your Thursday night. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you guys soon. I love y'all. Peace.